It's been a while. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm doing okay. We got a new video today. I am starting microgreens and I have a new microgreen system. I don't think this is the first time we have started microgreens together, but I think every time it has been disastrous for me. I don't know what, either the microgreen substrate mold or poor germination or it just doesn't go right for me. And I got a book from the library this time to kind of help, but I have a new microgreen system that I'm gonna try today. It's from Vego Garden. Let me show you this here. So you've got your humidity dome, you've got these little places here where you put your, it's like a growing cloth type of thing. I'll show you that. Let me just show you that real quick. Right here on the table. Okay, so we've got this little packet here and it has our grow mat. That's what they call grow mat. And it's very, very soft. These are they remind me of like they're felt, you know? So look at that. So soft. And this is what we are gonna grow our microgreens on. They give you a good amount of them. So that's awesome. So this should be a pretty simple video because I have picked what I'm hoping are really great seeds from a really great company, proven company that have great seeds. I use their seeds all the time. Botanical interest. So I'm gonna start these. And then we've got two microgreen setups or microgreen trays to start growing in. So let's go ahead and get started. So I probably should have picked a different area to do this because I started putting out holiday decor and I'm in the middle of trying to figure out how I want my tablescape to be, and I've got tons of candlesticks and things everywhere. I'm obsessed with candlesticks and candles right now. I don't burn candles usually, but I like the look of having just a bunch of candlesticks and candles all together. So I'm kind of exploring that idea for my table. I don't know if it will end up being like that, but we'll see. Anyways, so let's move this. Don't break that. All right, so we've got you see our two microgreen seed setups with our domes. All right, let me check this. So you've got this basin here, and then you've got these two up here. So they both come out like that. Go on here. Oh my gosh, get on. Stay. Okay, both are the same. I'm trying to see if my booklet is in there. It's not. So both these, we're gonna put our mats. Our mats go just like this. So you see, they're self-watering. And so this goes down into here. Like that. And then you've got your basin here, which has the water, and this will wick up and water your seedlings. So there's no overhead watering, anything like that. They just wick up the water from inside. Scooch those down in there. Looks like that. So like I mentioned earlier, I have been taking a much needed YouTube break. If you guys don't already know, I post on a lot of different platforms, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and that consists of like, you know, making videos, editing. Like it just got to be a little bit too much, and I had to cut some things somewhere. So I chose YouTube, and it has been really nice. I do still post here, like I don't want to just be gone. But I do post like in the community section. You guys might have seen that I shared that my dog had puppies, and I can show you guys them today. They are 4 weeks old. That a litter was not my intention. I thought about it, you know, because I have really like good dogs, as far as like, you know, being registered and things like that, but I'm not a breeder. And so many things, I was thinking about it the other day, it's like so many things transpired that made this litter happen when it did, because my intention was to get everybody neutered and fixed, and still is. My the father, Chalupa, he just got neutered yesterday. But literally so much has been going on this year, like, you know, with the dogs, with us, that like I had to postpone, or, you know, I forgot about it because something else horrendous was going on. So they got let out. We were really good about keeping them apart when she was in heat, but like this last heat, like there was just too much, there was chaos going on here. Without telling too much, my kid came home from college very ill, and the dogs got let out at the same time, and bada bing bada boom, we have 6 puppies. So they're doing great, everyone's great, we're handling it. I'm going to try to keep 2 of them, at least 1, but definitely we'll see. But I've got people who are interested in them, and they are so cute. I'll show you in a minute. Anyways, so it wasn't our intention. I'm not a breeder. I won't be breeding again. And my animals are getting fixed. I just think that they're happier being fixed, just going through this experience. I feel like they're happier not having all these hormones going on, and it's just like, honestly, their hormones are driving me crazy. Like, especially with my male, he's driving me crazy. I'm so happy that he's finally fixed, and even though he has probably weeks to months before he really like calms down from that, at least it's done, and there's going to be no more accidental anything, because I've always been someone who has spayed, neutered, you know, in the past when I've had animals. Okay, anyway, so let's get back to the seed starting. But that's part of what I've been doing, where I've been. I've also been ordering a ton of baby plants, anthuriums. I love anthuriums, and I've just been kind of maintaining what I have, getting my space together, making sure my plants are getting enough light, and yeah, so I've been really enjoying it. And then making like verticals is fun. I like doing that too, vertical videos. So back to the seeds. We are going to add water to the base like this. And I have to be careful because I have to carry this. I dropped it. As I was saying, I have to be careful because I have to carry this into the living room under the grow lights. And yeah, I don't want to spill it. Like, I already am like basically dropping it. So we're just making sure that this mat gets soaked. We've got water in the basin, so it will be able to keep itself moist. You will want to check and make sure that it still has enough water in it, but the turnaround for microgreens is so quick that you might not even have to refill this. So, or at least not too much. And then you have a little, I'll show you guys this, but you can see how much water is in there. There's a little view. And I'm gonna have to go and get more water. Okay, so now we've got our baby greens. This is red Russian kale. So I believe when they're saying baby greens, this is what they want you to use it for. So that's what we're gonna use it for today. So let's open these up. And just so you guys know, like, you can still order seeds all winter and fall long. I know usually in the past, have stopped ordering, but like the last 2 years, like I order in the fall and I order like as soon as January hits, I start ordering more seeds. All right, so let's spread these out. Some of these look a little sparse. I'm gonna keep filling in until I feel like, until it feels good. It doesn't feel sparse to me. Okay. Alrighty then. All right, we're gonna save just a little. Well, this is almost gone. Let's just do the whole thing. Let's just do the whole thing. One stuck to the side. He's standing there. So we've got that finished. Let's close this. Let's add our domes. Scooch, 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 scooch. Add our domes. Make sure that they are closed. Dome. Okay, now it's time to move it over to our grow light shelf. And what's exciting about the Vego shelf is that it actually has a microgreens setting for the light. So I'm excited to try that out. Let's go ahead and move to the living room. So I'm going to try to move this shelf up one just so the seedlings and seeds are closer to the light. So let me see, just as simple as moving it up, but we've got cords attached to everything. Hold on. I'll take this down real quick. This up. And then there. Everything is so easy to move around if you need to. There. Okay. Easy peasy. Whoops. All right, so my lights are back on. Great. So I'm gonna put them right up here. I know it will. Here. And here. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. You get back on there. You get back right here. Put your dome on. Perfect. So now it's time to turn on the lights. You see we have seeds, leafy, fruits, herbs, and microgreens. Greens, so that's microgreens. We're gonna go here. And then we're gonna, it's already on herbs, so we're gonna turn it to microgreens. And there we are. This shelf has been awesome. I've been using it for my seedlings, using it for, you know, propagations, things like that, rehab plants. This is one of my new anthuriums. This is a hydrangea I got from the backyard when I was doing some cleanup. This is a rescue orchid. Like I gotta clean off these shelves, but I've been actively like using this shelf so much. It's been so handy just to have a place to stick some things under grow lights. And I love it. All right, guys, we'll see you when it's time to do some harvesting and probably a little bit along the way too. See you in a few. So it's 8 p.m. after 8 p.m. and I just want to show you guys how much has changed already today. So much growth. It's crazy. Whoops. Me and this lid are not getting along right now. Ooh. Okay, there you go. All right, now this one. Look at that. So much growth already. Like, this is the most exciting part of growing for me is germination. I love seeing germination. All right, we'll check back in tomorrow. So I ended up moving the microgreens down. I moved their shelf down a bit just to, because I'm thinking they need to stretch more. They're very, very, you know, short, and I want them to stretch because what you want is to be able to have enough length to clip. And they're very, like, the closer they are to the light, the less stretch that they are. So I'm moving them down a shelf. We're gonna see if this helps them to stretch more to the light, and hopefully we'll be able to get a nice little harvest soon. Okay, so our sprouts are done. They look amazing. They are so cute. They did really well in the grow light shelf. I didn't keep the humidity dome on the whole time. Once they started to get like this tall, then I took the domes off. And what was surprising to me is how much water is still in the basin. I didn't add any extra water to this, and they look incredible. Now, I grew these here from Botanical Interest. These are the red Russian kale baby greens. So they are a smaller variety of greens, and they're very nutritious. It does say that they are loaded with vitamins A and C with big boosts of calcium, protein, iron, and fiber. So I think I'm gonna order a couple more packs of these because one, I like the fact that they stay small, and then they're just a quick turnaround crop outside of growing them as microgreens, because microgreens are a very quick turnaround crop, especially if you're growing them to sell, and then if you're growing them to eat as well. But I'm definitely going to order some more of that kale and continue growing it indoors over winter. But yeah, they look amazing. So let me know if you guys have any questions about this microgreens seed system. It worked really well for me. Literally was just add water to the basin, moisten the pads, spread the seed, put in the dome under grow lights, and it was hands off from there pretty much. So let me know if you guys have any questions about this video, anything you saw. I'll include the links where you can find these for yourself, and I'll include the link where you can get these seeds if you want to have a small green to grow, microgreens that won't get too crazy and tall. These guys look amazing, and I'm gonna use them this week in meals and salads. So yeah, all right guys, I'll see you next video. Bye.